Hey guys, this is Akshay and today we are transferring a WordPress website hosted on namecheap cPanel to dedicated course VPS server. So this is actually the dedicated course KVM Linux server, which is actually using Ubuntu, and you get basically a 4 GB RAM variant. There is a 2 GB RAM variant option as well, but we went with the 4 GB RAM variant, and you get a terminal access to it. So we have installed the Vesta cPanel. Now Vesta cPanel is a beautiful free cPanel that you can install, and it has Softaculous installer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the Namecheap Softaculous installer. We're gonna go to the WordPress section. Here you will get an option below of your website. You click on the WordPress Manager tab, and here you can actually see option to backup your WordPress website. So we're gonna select backup directory, backup database, and we're gonna select on backup installation. Now this will take time depending on your server speeds, and you need some space empty there, so make sure you have that. Till then we will go actually in our Vesta CP and add a domain. So we're going to add the domain which I need to transfer. So we are testing with this domain right now. So we're going to copy this domain and we're going to add it to the Vesta CP. And this is actually fully functional WordPress store website. So the transfer won't be that easy because the database is quite long. But we will make sure that we cover most of the steps, and after the end of this video you should be able to transfer all the files successfully. So we have added the domain. So guys, now we need to transfer the file that you actually downloaded earlier. So when your import was successful, you might get an option to download it, or you will receive a mail on the registered mail ID. Now we're gonna just use the CyberDuck file manager because the Vesta CP doesn't have a web interface. So we're just gonna go to the etc home folder, and we're gonna go to the public HTML, and we're gonna just drag and drop the zip file that we downloaded. Now I already have extracted it. Now it's up to you. You can extract it there and there itself, or if you're using a file manager, it's better to extract after you transfer. But other than that, it's your choice. And make sure that I did a mistake, that I just trapped the whole folder, but instead drag the files, because the files should be in line with the public HTML. So there shouldn't be any other folder in the public HTML. Now I made this mistake during this recording, but actually fixed it. So all you have to do is just move the content of the files outside. It should be in public HTML and not inside a folder. So now we're gonna just import it. So we're gonna select the domain name in the import section in your Vesta CP. Keep the in directories optional and import. There you have it. This was this fast. It's because you transfer all the files and you have the Softaculous script there, so it's detected easily and I just import it very well. Now the important step is the database. So we're gonna click on create database. Now these credentials, the name and everything, you can actually go to the downloaded folder that we downloaded earlier. Make sure you unzip it. It says actually in my documents folder. And here you will find a file name called wp-config. This file is very important, guys. It has everything basically. Now you can see their DB name. So the DB name is actually your database name, and you're gonna just paste it. Now there will be a DB user or database user. But before I paste that, make sure what are the initials of your database name, because mostly people do mistake here. As you can see here, it says admin underscore your QAYC, which is not what we want. Alright, we want just the main important part is actually WP701. So I'm gonna just remove it, and it automatically takes admin underscore WP701. So make sure to have this in mind, and we're gonna use this later. So we're gonna copy the DB user. Now I make sure both are same. It just makes your life a lot easier. Otherwise it's hard to distinguish later. Now just copy the password. I would like to keep it as secure, as similar as possible. And you just leave all the defaults and click on first make sure you put email address, because just in case if you forget the credentials, this would be a lifesaver. So I'm gonna put my email address and I'm gonna click on save. There you have it, your database has been created. Now you can open the PHP MyAdmin. Now if you forgot the password, or this is the first time you're accessing PHP MyAdmin, this is what, after I installed Vesta CP, I didn't know the password. So I researched a lot and found a way. So all you have to do is just log in as a file manager. So I'm using the CyberTech again, and just go to the root directory. In the root directory of your folder, you can actually go to user. In user, you can actually go to local. In local, you can go to the Vesta, and there in conf folder you can find mysql.conf. Make sure to open that. Now it won't open because it's configuration file, so just rename it as .txt. This is ninja technique, guys, and we're going to convert it to txt, and there you have it. You have the password and username as well. So we're going to copy the password and we're going to log in to our PHP MyAdmin. There you have it. We have logged in successfully. Now it's the critical step of importing a database. So once you see your created database should actually be listed here. So if you expand, you should find a database here. So I think it's under, yeah, so we found it basically, admin_wp701. Now we're gonna just click on import. Now again, go back to the zip folder that you extracted, and there you should find a SQL file. It might be in folder or it might be directly. For me, as you can see, it's directly there. So I'm just gonna select the SQL file and gonna import. Right, we're gonna leave all the defaults and click on import. So moment of truth. No, it's actually not simple. The steps on this in this video might be critical, but I'm gonna show you that once you follow everything, it might just work. So we basically get an error of max file upload size. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna log into our file system using CyberTech. We're gonna actually go to the etc folder, and there we're gonna do changes to the php.ini. So make sure to download the php.ini. You can actually right click on download in the CyberTech. You can use any file manager you like. If you have the web version, it's great. If you don't have a web version, if you're on Mac, then you can try CyberTech. If you're on Windows, you can try FileZilla. Now I'll just search for this term, which is basically upload_max size. So I just search for upload_max, and I'm going to replace it to 750 MB. So this is basically because we have a store here, and that store file size is quite large. That's why we're getting this error. If it's working for you, then you don't need to do this step. If it's not working for you, you can replace it. Now there's another thing called post_max size, so we have to actually replace that as well. So what I will do is I will actually try to just remove the upload initial and replace it with the post. So I'm gonna just use backspace and replace the upload with post, and you should get one. And we should change it to 750 as well. If you want to, if your file is even more bigger, definitely you can do that. And you can change the max execution time if required. For me, it was not required, but you're getting another record max execution time, then definitely go ahead and replace that as well. Now I'm gonna upload the PHP and I'm back. So I'll just go to the file, upload, and just upload it again. And we're going to replace the file on the server. There you have it, we have replaced it. Now we have to restart it, so we will go to the Vesta cPanel, and here we'll search for HTTP and just click on restart. The web UI interface of Vesta CP is really good, guys. It's simpler, it's faster, it's intuitive. It doesn't have a file manager, which is a bummer, but it just works if you have like CyberTech or something like that. Now we're gonna try uploading the database file, the SQL file again that we earlier downloaded, and hopefully this will work this time around. So basically it will take time. If it's too large, if it's too small, it will just go ahead. But the process is not that simple, guys. You can see we have a new error here. Now this error is mostly related to the Unicode. So what we will do is we actually open this in your favorite code editor, and basically this is because the Vesta CP is a new PHP version and the namecheap was an old PHP version. So all you have to do is just replace the error code that you are getting. That is the error actually. I just replace a number in it, so it's Unicode _CI. So that was used in namecheap. So that's what used in the Vesta CP, but the 520 version was used in namecheap. So that's why it's showing error that it's not able to recognize the 520 version. So we have replaced it to the new Unicode, which is what the Vesta CP is using. It's actually because of PHP version difference, nothing much. We're going to delete the database, so we're going to drop the database because we have actually imported and it's failed earlier, and we're going to try importing it again, and we will actually upload it again, the SQL file that we just edited, and click on upload. That's it, guys. Your database should be successfully uploaded and you should see these tables. And now our next step is to basically download the wp config file. So we're gonna just download the wp config file, and we actually have to change our credentials, the newly created credentials that we just added in Vesta CP. So we're gonna open in again favorite editor, and we will replace this your QAYC2 admin. Right, same goes to the username as well. We're going to replace it with admin, and we just need to save the file. If you have put something different, make sure to change that, otherwise that is fine. Even you can turn on the debug mode on if you want to, if you're facing any issue. That just helps you to troubleshoot, because basically, guys, you will get an error. I have done this transfer 5 to 6 times, and you need to do a lot of research in order to make everything work, but it works. So we're gonna actually re-upload the wp config to the server. So again, the same steps. We're gonna upload the config, and we just make sure that in the preview mode that you have changed the credentials. It's the right file actually, and then you can just click on upload. So now we're going to change the domain pointing. So make sure to log into your DNS server, and we're going to change the server IP. So 162 is my namecheap server, so I will actually remove this and replace it with 103. I'm still keeping it a backup on another domain, so just in case if anything goes wrong, or if I need to migrate the data, if I need to see the data, it's definitely recommended that you have, so that you can side by side check if both transfers are successful or not. And you can see I'm checking the DNS online, it's pointing to the right IP, and this is the data RagBank data center, which is basically dedicated course on data centers. So we're going to try to log in. Now make sure that the WP options, the site URL and the admin URL is correct. For example, I'm just showing you test that I'm logged into the beta.strikingstreetwear. It actually redirected to me strikingstreetwear.com, because the WP options in the database in the PHP MyAdmin was striking streetwear. So make sure to change the URL if you require. For me, I don't need to change it, it's just a backup for me. So I can go to the WordPress manager in the soft list, and I can see everything. You can again go to the web panel in your Vesta CP and see if your SSL is enabled. So you can see let's encrypt SSL is enabled, and the preview is generated as well. So now you can update WordPress. You can manage plugins and stuff, and the website is functioning very well. The admin panel is also working correctly. That's pretty much for this video. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye now.